First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming, homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dupten Tarshi, homage to the three jewels of the altar, homage to the main deity of the good practice tonight, Jundi Buddha Mother. Sumo, Danzun Katso, Duten Siddhi, Duten Kama, all Dhamma masters, Dhamma educators, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma instructors, Dhamma teaching assistants, temple and center directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, how do you do?
Aister Sharai Hola amigo Che quiero mucho Sugoi Ichiban Kimoji Chumi Yampi Puri Konbanwa
Today, we practice Jundi Buddha Mother. There are many Dhamma practices to Jundi Buddha Mother. Actually, every time we form the mudras, the first mudra would always be Jundi mudra, the beginning of the mudra transformations. Performing a series of mudra, the first one must be Jundi Buddha Mothers. So her mudra is the first of all the other mudras. Every time we form the series of mudra transformations, this would be the first mudra that we would form. That shows that Jundi Buddha Mother, how should I say it? So the mudras start from hers, from her. This Jundi mudra represents we can say the great potential of the whole universe. The whole universe. Like the world, human world is tiny. But this mudra represents the whole universe. Mount Meru, and the surrounding 4 major continents, 8 minor continents, the perfume ocean. So she is the center. How come Jundi Mudra is the center of the whole universe? Let's ask the gurus of the past. Why? That before we form the series of the mudra transformation, we have to first form Jundi Mudra, the first mudra. Jundi Bodhisattva with 18 hands. Very special. The first tantric guru I took refuge in was Master Pufang. He's at the Shi Dao. Built a temple called all-inclusive temple. The Jundi Mudra is also called the all-inclusive mudra, or the complete mudra. And the temple that he built was also called all-inclusive temple at the Shi Dao. Master Liaoning had been there, right? Yes. The Dharma name under Master Pufang is Yuan. Yuan is like complete. So my Dharma name was Yuan Ci. Ci like the pond of the Mahat Twin Lotus Ponds. And his lineage included that from Japan and from Tibet. Has more lineages in there. Tantric Buddhism that spread to Tibet is called the Tibetan Tantrayana. To Japan, it's called Japanese Tantrayana or Shingon Buddhism. In China, it's called Chinese Tantrayana during the Tang Dynasty. And then when it reached the Mount Tiantai, it's called Thai Tantrayana. So there are many lineages in Tantrayana. Sometimes we talk about Chinese Tantrayana, and that's Vajrabodhi, Amoga, Subhagarasimha, who transmitted. And when it reached Mount Tiantai, it's called Thai Tantrayana. It's not Taiwanese Tantrayana. That's different. It's Mount Tiantai in China. And when it spread to Japan, it's called Japanese Tantrayana.
在日本有两派，一派
Singon Buddhism in Japan is divided into two schools. One is Kukai or Kubudaishi,
中国的惠国老和尚
who
长安青龙
received it from the Venerable Elder Hui Guo at the Green Dragon Temple in Chang'an,
这一派
and then returned to Japan, brought it back to Japan.
他在天台山得到，
And the other one is Zui Chen, who got it from Mount Tiantai, Thai Tantrayana, and brought it back to Japan.
最澄
Zui Chen.
那时候空海是到长安青龙寺惠国老和尚传，
So Kukai went to
在天
Chang'an,
台山得到的密宗的是最澄，所以日本密教
and Zui Chen got it from Mount Tiantai.
有时候分成两派，一个是最澄，一个是空海。
So Japanese Tantrayana has two lineages, one from Kukai and the other one's from Zui Chen. Kukai is at the Takayama mountain, I believe. And Zui Chen is at the other place that's
比
difficult
瑞山，在比瑞山
to pronounce
是属于最澄。
at Pirisan.
日本的密教又分很多的派别。
So Tantrayana has many schools.
原则上，
Saijo, the Tendai lineage, Saijo.
伯母呢，本身在藏密比较少人修，反而是东密
So
多人修准提法。
a Tibetan Tantrayana has less
事情呢，
people practicing Jundi, but Japanese Tantrayana is more popular in Japanese Tantrayana.
密教它的传承传到哪里，特别重视，
So
不太一样。
So whichever it's spread, they focus on different deities. So Kukai at Mount Koya and Saijo at Mount Hiei.
比较凶。
So
到了日本，
the Tibetan
教
Tantrayana
出来的像都好像
has more wrathful looks, but Japanese Tantrayana, almost all deities have gentle appearances,
大黑天，
such as Mahakala.
在藏密的大黑天，哇，是很
So in Tibetan Tantrayana, Mahakala is very wrathful
也是很凶。
and ferocious. The same with Sri
到了
Devi,
日本，
Palden Lamo, very fierce in
日本
the
的
bed.
吉祥天
But in
是藏
Japan,
密的形象，
the Sri Devi is in the appearance of a celestial maiden, very beautiful.
日本的大黑天是一
But
个
Japanese Mahakala is one of the 7 fortune
他
gods.
送我一尊大黑，
And someone gave me a statue of
谁送的？
Japanese Mahakala to me. Who gave that to me?
跑哪里去了？
Where is it now?
现在在密院呢，就是一个老人背着布袋，
An elderly holding a cloth bag
拿着榔头大黑。
and
好，谢谢。
carrying
他的
a
形象
staff.
并没有像
So the appearance is different. The Tibetan appearances, including Mahasri, are very wrathful. They're all protectors. Holding a hammer. Mahakala in Japan holds hammer. But in Japan, their statues look kind and gentle. So they are different. So Tantric Buddhism is also evolving. It depends how you cultivate. So once you cultivate and gain spiritual response or spiritual union, then you would know yourself. Like Hayagriva, the horse-headed Vajra protector, typically is very ferocious and wrathful. But in other places, Hayagriva looks kind and gentle. So it's difficult to talk about appearances. At the 6th floor at the Taiwan Lizang Temple, there's a young girl who looks very beautiful. But she was attached by the spirit of a ferocious tiger. When the tiger attached to her, her face changed to become like a tiger, and she bites, became very fierce. So even a strong, big, tall man could not hold her down. And when the tiger spirit left her, then she would become a very kind, gentle, and lovely little girl. So that to let you know that the lovely woman, when they become vicious, they're like a tiger. And it's also very scary that not even a number of men can hold her down. A young girl, in an instant, could change to become a tiger. Therefore, we can't imagine about Tantric Buddhism. So actually, Tantric Buddhism is a combination, a combine of something to become something. Like Manjusri Bodhisattva, he looks youthful, like a child, gentle and kind. But in union with Yama King, he becomes Yamantaka, very fierce. So that's considered a combination. So talking about Jundi Buddha Mother, then we talk a bit more.
我们那个这一次的法会啊，
Our grand ceremony this time, Drasilamo,
也是两种形象。
also has two forms.
她本来是非常漂亮。
She was originally extremely beautiful.
但是她当护法神的时候，她就变成那个。
But when she became a protector, then extending her tongue, her face changed, and the feet became chicken claws. The whole body changed.
是真正的面貌。
But her real look was extremely beautiful, lovely.
对的，这是她的护牌嘛。
This is her amulet, right?
她原本是很漂亮的。
That at first she was beautiful, and then when she became a protector,
看起来非常凶恶。
she looked very ferocious.
我感谢这个扎基拉姆啊。
I am thankful to Drasilamo that I got.
让人报复。
She will make people get rich quick.
其实我也没有想说我要报复。
So I did not want to become wealthy suddenly. Never thought about it. Never crossed my mind. But disciples came from far away. A disciple came from Washington, D.C. And they didn't ask for anything.
他说我要报复。
They said they wanted to become rich suddenly.
他讲我每个月是每个月还是
Did she say every year or every month? I don't know.
他要赚到1。
That they earn.
到底是1000万还是1亿
？100 millions?
他说给师尊，就给师尊那个。
And
报复。
She
师尊小报复。
got rich suddenly, big,
好啦。
lots of wealth, and then give Grandmaster a little bit of wealth. So I talk about it at the Dharma throne, ask her to stand up and tell them everyone that she gave me money for worth a car. I mean, a car worth of money. So Drasilamo was incredible. So she immediately told Dharma brother Zheng Mingchang, and he's really got rich suddenly, lots of money.
他说：“输人唔输丁啊。”
Well, he said,
输人唔输丁。 人家给师尊小报复了，我今天来，我也要给师尊小报复。
So he doesn't want to lose to others. So other people give Grandmaster some money. So he also offered me some money worth a car. So that's even before transmitting Drasilamo. Grandmaster already got a small windfalls twice. And then a few other disciples. that heard that they would become rich suddenly. So they want to perform the personal sengji. So I have a few other small windfalls, but don't tell anyone. But it's quite responsive. Incredible wealth, constantly, suddenly, just like the waterfall coming down upon you, that it's just money all over you. And you say you don't want it, and it's not accepted. I mean, you can only accept it. You have no choice. What can I say? She wanted me to get some windfalls and get some sudden riches, then let it be. Dharma Brother Zheng is a wealthy man. He's from New Jersey, right? Next to New York. So his business is running really well. And he invests in all over America, all the states. So he has assets and investments in all states of America. Think about it, how wealthy he is. And the headquarters in New Jersey. So his business and assets is all over America. Now all he asks is for people to pay him back for the money they owe. That's all he asks now, because so many people still owe him and could not pay him back. Countless money, countless amount of money. So Drasilamo has such an ability. Just like the floods or the torrential rain all over the world, that's scary, but not torrential wealth. So remember, you have to come for the Drasilamo ceremonies. Because all the money would be like the torrential rain falling down upon you that you can't run away from it. Such a phenomena. That's why it's called sudden and abundant wealth. And as for Grandmaster too, why so much money given to me? And it never happened in the past. That this person give that much and that person and that other person too. That I cannot even not accept them. So That's before the Drajilamu grand ceremony. Grandmaster already got rich overnight. So she has tremendous power. Everybody has to come. You cannot miss this opportunity. A boyfriend and a girlfriend. The girlfriend asks, "What am I to you?" And Xiaoming was very cool and said, "Just like the bubble tea." So in this way, I would hold you in my arms, in my hands. And the girlfriend was smiling happily. And then her best friend next to her said, "What are you happy about? When he's done drinking, he'll throw you out." Today, tomorrow, every day, you're just hanging out. That doesn't mean I'm useless. That's just called stability. A few days ago, two brothers who resolved problem for a lady. And a bro. And the brother said, "I will give you my body. If you're beautiful, that means," yeah, this is just a different idiom in Chinese. If you're ugly, that means you're taking a revenge. Everyone's eating together, man and woman, and it's about to celebrate the new year. Whether you have money or not, let's marry a wife and to celebrate New Year. And there's a big fat lady next to him and said, "Okay, I'll marry you then." And the man said, "I will not celebrate New Year this year." Now the main subject. Question from Malaysia. The Venerable Lian Sui, reference Lian Sui from Malaysia. Tonight, homage to Grandmaster Amitabha. Your disciple have some questions about the practice of the sleep light practice. Please advise. 1. After completing the visualization for the sleep light protection, and one cannot fall asleep right away and even need to get up to use the toilet, is it necessary to redo the practice upon returning to bed? If that's the case, after performing the sleep light protection practice, and you have to go to the bathroom, so you get up and urinate, and then you get back on bed and perform the practice again. There's no need, in my opinion. Just do it once. Just do it once. The sleep light protection.
是没有这个人。
Because Grandmaster's sleep light protection practice means there is no such person. Although I'm sleeping inside the light with Lang Yang Kang, with Lang, the fire burns my whole body to become ash. And Yang, the wind blows the ash into the open space. And Kang, there is no more human on the bed. So there is no human. So whether you go to the toilet and coming back, there's still no person. You've become ash. So once is good enough. So are you burning yourself twice, 3 times, 4 times? No need. So the person has disappeared by performing the practice. They have completely become ash and light, and you're in union with the light. Disappeared. So too, if the fellow disciples continue to have nightmares despite practicing the sleep light protection, what should be done? What should they practice in the daytime to prevent nightmares? So the nightmares are unrelated to the sleep protection practice. Because the person does not exist, so the nightmares are unrelated to you. Just ignore them. Because some people have dreams at night, some don't. Like just now, Grandmaster on the Dharma seat, I think I sway my head twice. Once to here, and I came back, and then second time, I remembered twice. It's okay. It happened. It happened. Why do you want to remember them so clearly? So after you dream, let it be. Let it go. Don't keep it on your mind. Bad or good dreams, don't keep it in your mind. Whether it's good, bad dreams, or whatever dreams you have, I never keep it in my mind. On the Dharma throne, it's most comfortable to fall asleep here. I don't sleep if not on the Dharma throne, but as soon as I get on the Dharma throne, I fall asleep. It's so strange. That's the case with the elderlies. They don't sleep on the bed, but they sleep watching TVs. The elderlies are like that. I don't sleep when I'm not on the Dharma throne. I sleep easily everywhere, anytime too. But on the Dharma throne, I always fall asleep. It feels so it feels so nice and warm sleeping here. It's being watched by so many. I feel rest assured. So many people protecting me. So I feel at peace and close my eyes, and immediately I fall asleep. And after I take my nap, I'm wide awake and energetic.
那噩梦管他的，已经
So
明光法，
let's
有噩梦也不管啦。
nightmares after performing the sleep light protection practice. It's okay. Let's just ignore good dreams, bad dreams. Ignore them all.
多做一些善事，
Sometimes
噩梦就会
you should do more good deeds, then your nightmares will decrease. That's what I think.
多做善事。
Do more good deeds.
像我坐
That
在
would
宝
be
座上，
good. Like me, seated on the Dharma throne.
有一次
One time,
起床，然后呢，我坐在沙发上，
I got up and then I sat on the sofa and I was contemplating
一下子
to be seated on the Dharma
就
throne,
住三昧地耶，
and instantly I entered Samadhi.
才差不多半个小时嘛，
About half an hour
醒过来，
when
其
I
实精
woke
神
up,
很好，非常好。
I felt very energetic.
不然你在想办法有噩梦的时候啊，你也做一个法座，坐在法座上呢，
So,
做冥想，
or you can try when you have nightmares, you sit on the,
这样子不会有什么噩梦。
or you contemplate on
第三个
this,
问题，
visualize you're on the Dharma throne. You will not have
应用
nightmares.
传授，一到中
Once in the dream, I receive
学佛给
Grandmaster
醒后查那师佛
to bestow upon me a Zhongkui talisman for protecting the home and dispelling evil. Upon waking, I checked the 3 books on talismans written by Grandmaster, but did not find this talisman anywhere. May I come to Seattle to request Grandmaster to bestow this to me? Zhongkui is the deity, the sage who specializes on capturing ghostbuster. So this talisman, perhaps if you take this talisman, you will not have nightmares anymore. So Zhongkui talisman for protecting the home and dispelling evil, and it can also stop nightmares. I do have this, but I cannot just give to anybody. This is not a joke.
它上面写的，你有没有想过，飞碟其实是别个星球的有钱
Have you
人
ever thought
来地球旅行？
that the UFOs are actually ETs traveling on Earth,
我最近
having
今天
trips,
就写了一篇文章嘛，
vacations on Earth? I wrote an article today
7册
for book 307.
我现在的想法，
I wrote about my thinking right now, or
我们
viewpoint.
这个地球
Actually, the world is big.
很多的国家，
The earth is quite big with many countries on it.
有的国家是善的，
Some countries are good, some countries are evil,
小的国家，
some countries are big, some countries are small.
这个你没有去过的国家，
And there are many countries that you've never been.
你从来就没有去过这个国家。
You have never visited this country. Like how many countries in Africa have you visited?
我们现在 去过非洲很多国家的举手。
If you've been to many countries in Africa, please raise your hand.
非洲的那些国家的总统是谁？你记得吗？
Do you remember the presidents of those countries in Africa?
很多的国家的，大国小国。
There are many countries in the world. Some rich ones, some poor ones, some good countries, some are not so.
就是这个样子。
That's how the world is.
地球大，其实地球也是很小。
So you
在
say
这个宇宙里面，
the earth is big, but it's also small.
像恒河的一粒
With respect to the whole universe, the earth is just like a grain of sand of the Ganges River.
地球都像恒河的一粒沙，那人呢，我就不用谈。
So the earth is just like a grain of sand, and let alone the humans.
说大也很大。
So if you say big, it is big. But if you say small, it's also small.
谁知道这个宇宙的边呢？
Does anyone know the boundary of the universe? Nobody can say how big the universe is.
像那个佛经里面所讲，
Like spoken in the sutras, the lifespan of Mahabrahma Deva
大梵天的寿命，等于是地
it's
球成住
the same as the
寿命那么长。
the cycle of creation to annihilation of the earth 100 times.
地球成住
Just imagine how long of a lifespan is that. So
没有地球
the period of an earth
没有地球又出生地球
to be created
又出生地球，
to annihilation 100 times.
寿命那么长，
That's the lifespan, that long.
所以天有多大？
So how big is the sky or the
寿命就
heaven?
这么长。
Just in the heavenly realm of form, they would have such a long lifespan. Just imagine how big the heavens are. How vast the heavens are. So after reading the sutras,
他懂得那么，
you would be
他知道那么，
very surprised how come Sakyamuni Buddha knew so much.
所以我们人呢，实在是渺小的。
That's why human beings are very minuscule. It's minusculely pitiful. You would be astonished
这是要让你想，
at how much Sakyamuni Buddha knows. So this is something for you to think. 问答题：为什么男人陪这个 Q&A
女人逛街，心情
Why, when a man accompanying a woman shopping
上坟还沉重？
would feel more depressed than
回答是上坟
than
烧的是假钱
going to the cemetery
逛街烧的是真钱。
because going shopping you burn the real money, but if you visit the cemetery you burn paper money,
讲这
fake
个
money.
楞严经，
Now let's discuss the Surangama Sutra.
现在要讲到这个行了。
Now it will talk about
受想都讲
the mental formation or actions. So we've talked about form, sensations, perceptions, and now we'll talk about mental formation and consciousness, which are difficult to explain. So Sakyamuni Buddha says, Ananda,
暴流，
It is like a raging torrent
前气后起，
where waves follow continuously one after
行
another
当之依附，
without overstepping their
当然
bounds.
尊者啊，
You should know the skandha of mental formations is
非
likewise.
所有，依会水性，
Ananda, this flowing nature, does not arise from empty space, nor does it come from water itself. It is not the nature of water, yet it does not exist apart from space and water.
世界自然
Consider Ananda. If it arose from space, then the infinite space of the 10 directions would become an endless flood, drowning all worlds without exception. If it sprang from water itself, then this torrent would be something distinct from water. It would have substance and appearance
若具
as it is now.
则澄清时，
If it were the very nature of water, then when the water is calm and clear, it should no longer be considered water.
行因之外，
If it were apart from both space and water, then since space has nothing outside it and water has no flow beyond itself, there
行也是
could be no flowing nature at all. Thus you must realize this kind of mental formation or samskara is also illusory, neither dependent triangle self-rising. So mental formations or volitions or actions, samskara,
也等
is
于
empty.
做什么事情，
It's like even when humans have done so many things, it's the same as not
地球
have
上
done
发生这么多
anything.
的事情，
So many things have happened on earth is the same as none of those ever happened.
因为在这整个宇宙当中，
Because in the whole universe, you're just a grain of sand,
渺小，
let alone the humans.
那人做了那么多事情，
So whatever humans have done is the same as nothing, right?
啊，稍微推理一下，
So
释
let's
迦牟尼佛以水来比，
let's think about it.
一个浪
Sakyamuni Buddha used the ocean water, the waves, one after another.
在后面的浪不会追上前面的浪，
So the wave in the front, the wave at the back, in sequentially in order. So one after another,
它就是这样子，
without overlapping each other. That's what he
水
says.
就是这个样子。
Water is as such.
那浪的形成呢，
And the formation of the waves, they are
从
not
虚空来，
the human nature. They did not come from the empty space.
浪，这个浪是从虚空来的，
If the
是
waves,
从虚空来，
the water comes from the sky
那么整个世界都是水，
or empty space, then the whole world would be water.
全部都是海浪了。
Then everything would be ocean
水的
waves.
性是海浪，那么有
If
时
the
候
nature of water is the waves,
很平
then when there are no waves, when the water is
一点
calm,
浪都没有，像明
there are
镜一
no
样。
waves at all. It would be like mirror.
所以水本身也不是那个水性，
So
也
the
不是那个
water
水性，也不是那个
is not the nature of water, of the waves, or of the torrent, or of
水本
the
身也是
calm water.
没有的，不是从水来，
So it does not come from water, it does not come from empty space. That's what this piece
而
means.
人的行为
So
也是跟这个一样，
the same with the action and
这
behavior
样子。
of human beings.
那师尊的比喻啊，
That's his analogy, but Grandmaster's analogy is simpler, would make you
我们古代
better
是用
understand.
钻木取火，
In the past, you
是有木头啊，
you raised fire by rubbing
树
rubbing
啊，然后
rubbing woods together.
木头转到最后，嘣！
So by rubbing the woods together,
火从哪里来？
then the fire
火
appears.
不是从虚空中来，
So
也不是从木
the
头，
fire does not come from the sky, does not come from the woods because there is no
火也
fire
不是从
in the
虚空，
woods.
它自然产生的。
And the fire does not come from the empty space. It does not arise naturally or self-arising.
是因为钻木，也不是因缘性，
So it's because of the rubbing of the woods. So it's not there's no causes and conditions.
因缘。
And some people think, yeah, of course there's cause and effect. Because of that cause, there's an effect.
说有这个因缘，好。
Okay, if you say that,
如果是你这样能够转出佛，看看你转到什么时候可以出佛。
so then you can
不
rub
一定是
it.
因缘性的，有两个木头互相摩擦，
If there are two blocks of woods rubbing each other,
也不一定能够生火。
you don't necessarily
钻木
make the fire.
起火，当然是有这个典故。
Of course, there is the story behind this idiom to make fire by rubbing wood. But nowadays, is there anyone doing that? No need, no more.
野外求生的时候，你现在野外求生，
So if you live in the wilderness and you have no fire, what would you do?
你还是钻木起火吗？
Then you need to kindle a flame.
不太可能嘛，对不对？
Can you do that? It's rather impossible.
比喻就是讲说，
So I use this analogy to show that the fire does not come from the empty space, it does not come from the
用水
woods.
来比喻，让
Sakyamuni Buddha used the water, the waves,
水产生出来。
that the waves does not come from the sky or the empty space does not come from water. And it's neither dependent arising nor self-arising. So
意思就是这样子讲，
neither comes from causes and condition or
把人的行为，
nor not come from causes and
有些
conditions.
真的是
So a human's actions
随
and
缘。
behavior,
你看，
some are really not causes and
很
conditions.
多很奇怪的事情，
There are many strange things happening in America.
属于因缘性，也不是自然，也不是因缘。
And they are not causes and conditions, and they are not naturally self-arising either, like the madman
谁告诉我一个新闻？
who told me a news today. The news
甚
that
至是耶稣，
someone called himself Jesus
是耶稣，他把几个人打死，
and killed a few people.
哦，你讲一下。
Okay, why don't you speak?
是美国的一个新闻呐、有一位男的
In News in America, a man
然后就
somewhere
杀了就一对爷爷跟奶奶，还
Killed
有都在现场
grandpa, grandma, and granddaughter,
都给他杀了，然后奶奶没有给他杀。
but not the grandma.
这个男的就说他是耶稣，
And grandma said, "She's
所
Jesus,"
以他没有杀那个奶奶这样子。
because the mother is pure, so he did not kill the grandma.
这种行为有什么根据？
So,
没有，
any basis for such a behavior?
已经是
that the mother is
自
pure
己认为他自己是耶稣，
and he thinks he's Jesus.
那他自己是耶稣有什么根据？
So is there any proof that he's Jesus?
你说这种行为，
Any grounds why he called himself Jesus? Look at such a behavior.
所以你看那个楞严经里面所讲，
So what's stated in the Surangama Sutra, there are no causes and conditions. He just said that he is Jesus
母亲是纯洁，
and his mother is pure, but not his father.
男的就不纯洁，只有你的纯洁。
So the man is not pure and the woman is pure,
他的孙子，
and also the
你呀、
granddaughter.
孙女是女生啊，
But the granddaughter is a woman too, it's a female.
哦，妈妈是纯洁的，那孙女就不是啊。
Oh, the
奇
mother.
怪啊，
It's just so
孙女就会
weird.
变成妈妈，她长大就变成妈妈。
But the granddaughter would become a mother, right, when she grows up.
所以根本就不合逻辑嘛。
It's
水一样
illogical,
水
right?
根本就不合逻辑的，
The same
它
with
有时候
water.
平静的，
Sometimes it's calm,
它像个镜子一样。
like a mirror.
它有时候是
And sometimes it's
有时候
flowing
不一样，
slowly,
有
and
些像
sometimes it's torrenting like waterfalls, sometimes like waves. It's ever changing.
那水的性是什么？
So, what is the nature of water?
啊，火的性是什么？
And what is the nature of fire?
火啊，
Do you know that fire?
一条儿歌嘛，
As a children's song.
脸红红，鼻子小，他的本领真不小，煮碗烧水，什么他都做得了。他是谁？你们可知道？火啊！
It's a children's song about fire.
可以烧水，
It can cook rice, it can cook rice, it can boils water, can do many
它
things.
也会把你房子烧掉。
But you know, fire can also burn your house or even the
都
forest
烧掉，
or burn the world,
一切的房子啊，
the whole thing
全部烧得光
in
光。
the raging fire. Burn it to ash. All. Burn it all to ash.
火的个性也是不定的，
So the characteristic of fire is also
没有
unfixed,
一种行为是定的。
and the characteristic of water is also unfixed, and nothing is
所
fixed.
以行也是希望。
That's why
这个希望我们
actions,
所讲色受
mental formations, and actions are also illusory and false. So forms, sensations, perceptions,
我们的意识，我们人的意识
actions,
刚刚
and
讲
consciousness. Our consciousness is the same. Just now we talk about the madman. What is his consciousness? Form, sensations, mental formations, actions, and consciousness. Sakyamuni Buddha will also talk about consciousness. Consciousness is also
没
empty.
有固定，
It's not fixed. Water is not fixed.
意识也没有固定。
Fire is not fixed.
色
Consciousness is also not fixed. form is not fixed, sensation is not fixed, perceptions or mental formation is not fixed,
色受想行识五因
actions, consciousness, and all the five skandhas are not
大家
fixed.
用水来表示，
So we now talk about actions, mental formations, and Sakyamuni Buddha used water and I use fire to
单
symbolize
单一
it.
个人，
It's the
讲
same.
一个人好，
Let's just talk about a human being. Are there two humans that are the same? No, not even one
奇怪，怎么会不一样？
case. How come?
那一
So
个有两个
strange.
眼睛，
They all have two eyes, two eyebrows, one nose, two ears, one mouth.
一组合起来，
But
每一个都
combined,
不一样。
every human is different.
哪一个一样？
Is there any same
那
one?
个哎，想谁啊？你们双胞胎啊？
Not even the twins.
我们那个台湾话叫想谁啊？
Yeah, twins.
好像一样，
They seem alike, but actually, no, there are some differences.
很像，但是不一样。
They look very alike, but they're still different.
为什么？
Why?
这色受想行识根本都是不一样。
Because of the five skandhas that are basically different.
他就在讲《楞严经》，就是讲这个。
So the Surangama Sutra is talking about this and also talk about the 6
一大堆的
sense entries, the 18 realms, and many more.
都是
Actually, they're all the same.
释迦牟尼佛主要是讲，他是完全是虚妄。
Primarily, Sakyamuni Buddha is talking that they're all illusory and false, different.
《楞严经》讲了半天，
So after talking so long about Surangama Sutra,
虽然
primarily it says that although it is illusory and false,
真心所显现出来的，
but they are phenomena manifested by the wondrous luminous true mind.
不是自然性，不是自
They
然
are not self-arising,
也不是因缘性，
do not arise naturally, and they're also not dependent arising,
妙
and they're also not arising from combination, but they're all manifestations of the wondrous luminous true mind. That's what he
这
says.
么晚了，
Wow, it's so late.
天哪！
Oh
我们到底
no,
是在讲什么？
what am I talking about?
好啦，听听就好。
Okay, I just, just,
释迦牟尼佛到底讲《楞严经》是要讲什么？
just hear it. What is Sakyamuni Buddha trying to say in
他主题是在讲
discoursing Surangama Sutra?
他讲修行的心，修行。
Oh, he talks about
我们每个人
the mind of spiritual cultivation, but actually the spiritual cultivation of everybody is different. Om Mani Padme
感
Hum.
恩圣真莲生活佛宝。